Hi everyone, welcome back to the Heroes webinar. Today is Sunday, the 4th of May 2025, and this is Comfort. I'm speaking from the United Kingdom. We just had another meeting with our CEO this past weekend on Saturday, and then he has had a few appearances here and there on other platforms to just stop by and say hi. And for those who have been listening to him for the last couple of days, I think he's been all about positive energy. And so that is what we think we shall be looking at today. We definitely have a topic though, which says, let's focus on the philosophy. However, whatever we're discussing today should be to build on the positive energy, because we think that that's what the CEO would like to hear. And of course, that's what makes us even stronger together. So as usual, if Mike Ellis is here, then we'll have a firstborn, somebody to start this discussion for us. Welcome, Mike.
Yeah, no, thanks, Comfort. Yeah, I think all of us listened to Mr. Mufara yesterday, and if you listened to him, he brought a great deal of clarity to the situation, and clarity is always a really good thing. Today's topic is all about philosophy. One of my favorite topics. It's just fun to talk about. And what I want to talk about today is agree capability. And most people, when they hear that term, they don't really know quite what that means or what I'm talking about. And it's not simply, and again, all this ties into what Mr. Mufara is doing, where we are and where we're going. And if you get this, it'll be a comfort. It really will. But agree capability, it's something when you think about it, you think agree. Well, I can come to agreement on a lot of things. It's not a hard thing to do that. We do that every day. But agree capable, it's so much more than that. And I think it's so apropos for what Mr. Mufara is doing and what we're doing today. When I think about that term really deals with a lifelong decision. Okay. It's not your average decision. It's a decision you make that will be with you for your entire lifetime and beyond. It's a really, really big deal. And when you start thinking about a decision like that, a really good example of it is marriage. Agree capable. It is a decision you make for a lifetime. At least that's what it's supposed to be. That's the way it should be. And when you start to think about that, whether you're very, very young, middle age, or older, when you start to think about a commitment for a lifetime, it's a really, really big deal. And then when you start to think about that, you start to understand that you need the knowledge necessary to make whatever decision you're making for that amount of time, for a lifetime. So the topic today, philosophy, this is a really, really good philosophy that all of us have used throughout our life, even though we didn't know the term agree capability. We didn't know quite that term. It's an academic term, but it's one of those things that we've done our entire life when we look at long-term decisions that we're making. And these decisions are made in your personal life, in your religious life, in government, in business, which we're doing right now. And when you think about it, you have to think about the education involved in order to make a decision like that, right? Now, Mr. Mufara came on yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I lose track of time, guys. And he talked about a lot of things that the new company was not going to be. But he also talked about the past, what had gone before us from point A to point B, where we are today. And it's really telling when you start to make a decision, a lifelong decision, based on the information you have. And really, that's what we're doing with the business Mr. Farr is putting out there. He's not asking us to come in and make a commitment for a day, a week, a month. He's looking for a lifetime commitment. And what he's doing is unrolling things that will give you the ability to make that decision for yourself. And each one of us will make that decision for ourselves. Agree capability. We have the capability to agree, looking at a long term. Is it right for us? Are we going to come in and participate with Mr. Mufara? And when you think about what Mr. Mufara said the other day, and he talked about the past, he talked about the things that have happened, he talked about the things that have got us from point A to point B. And they're really, really powerful things. And they're telling if you understand what Mr. Mufara is saying. He didn't talk anything about the new phase, the new business, and where we're going. He said nothing about it, absolutely nothing. But you can get a really good understanding of where he's going if you look at the past. And again, when we look at agree capability, you have to have the education, you have to have the understanding, you have to know where you're going. And the only way to know that with where we're at today with Mr. Mufara is to understand what's gone in the past. We know that a lot of the things in the past, he's not pushing them forward. They're not coming into phase 2, chapter 2, whatever you want to call it. They're not coming into it. But the experience he acquired with the first phase, with the first 6 years, is invaluable. And because, Marty, Dan, and I, we made this decision a very, very long time ago. We looked at Mr. Mufara, we looked at his vision, what he was doing, and we decided amongst ourselves, yeah, this is where we want to be. This is where we'll plant our flag. This is a lifetime commitment. Why do I say that? Well, if you're looking at a lifetime commitment, whether you're young or old, if you go 6 years and it hasn't quite happened yet, that's not that big a deal. 6 years is a very, very small amount of time. If you're looking at a lifetime, commitment. And that's what Dan, Marty, and I did. We look at this thing, baby, this is where we planted our flag. We're not going anywhere. We know Mr. Mufara, we know what he's doing, we know what's happened in the past, which has given us the ability to see what's coming. And because of that, I was in a really, really good mood after I listened to Ash the other day. What he talked about, and I've gotten a lot of input from different people, and different people come up with different things, but they don't understand that this is something that you make a decision and it's long term. And it's so much more than that, because it's not just a physical decision. It is a spiritual, it is a virtuous decision. It is something we decide that will affect our very soul. That's what agree capability is. It's not just making the decision, it's understanding what it will do for you independently. And it can be good or bad. This decision process, it can be a bad one, or it can be, depends on who you are. Now, we know Mr. Mufara, he does things the right way, he does the right thing all the time. That is who he is. It's one of the main reasons Marty, Dan, and I came in and made this decision to make it a lifelong decision, because we know his moral base. And believe me, it's like marriage. When you make a lifetime decision with marriage, and I know not every day is good in a marriage, guys. I understand that, even though I've never been married, all my friends have been. It's not always easy. And this is not always easy. But the end result is always absolutely phenomenal, I believe. So as we look at Mr. Mufara, as we look at the decisions we're making right now, as we look at agree capability and understanding that it's just not a decision, it is a moral decision. It will affect your spirit. And I believe, because of what Mr. Mufara is doing, yeah, the money is important. All of us would agree with that. And that's coming. I don't worry about that anymore. But if you can make a moral decision based on good information that's going to affect you in ways for a lifetime, in really, really good ways, that's what we're talking about here. Philosophy kind of life when we talk about agree capability. My phone is going off. If you can hear that, guys, forgive me. But I think Mr. Mufara the other day, he shared with us a lot of really, really good things that should get you excited about what's coming. Don't worry about the time frame, guys. Mr. Mufara, he's going to get this thing out here as quickly as he can. Why? You can't believe the amount of money that he's leaving on the table right now, and the amount of money that will change all of our lives, including his, including the corporate side, including our side. It is massive. And I won't talk about that, just like I won't speculate what the next phase is going to look like. Although I probably have a pretty good idea what it's going to look like. It's going to be good. And Ash tells us that it really is going to be beautiful, guys. So as you start to think about what Mr. Mufara is doing, if you haven't made the decision to come in and make that commitment, think about it in these terms. It's not just an agreement with Mr. Mufara. It really is a moral agreement you make in your life to make your life better, in my mind. If you're coming in to make it worse, don't come in. This really is a place to work on your spiritual being a better person than you might think you are, or maybe you don't think you're that good. You can be. And Mr. Mufara is bringing that forward. Yeah, the money is important. I understand that. Everybody here understands that. But there are things above and beyond that that are more important. And you'll understand that when the abundance starts to flow in and you look around yourself and you go, well, that's nice, but there are more important things out there than just this. So I hope that made sense to everybody. It's something that I think about when I think about Mr. Mufara and what he's doing. It is making that agreement, that long-term agreement, making it permanent. It's here. I'm going to be here until it happens. And I know Mr. Mufara, he wants it to happen quicker than any of us. And I think that's probably quicker than most of us realize. I really do. So hopefully that helped everybody. If you're stuck a little bit, think about what I've just said. And there's a lot more to be said about all of this stuff. Again, it's an academic topic, and I've listened to some of these people talk for an hour just on this one subject, but I think you get the gist. And from there, I think we're in a good place. And like I said, when Mr. Mufara got done yesterday, I was in a really, really good mood, even though he didn't tell us one thing about the future, but the past, it'll give you an idea. So I'll turn it back to Comfort. Hopefully that helps, guys. I'm going to probably have to leave for about 10, 15 minutes, but I will be back, guys. It's a busy
Waiting for
day.
you, Mike. Yeah.
Go ahead, Comfort.
Thank you. Thanks so much. I think, guys, it was just another powerful introduction, as usual, from Mike. And there was so much said that got me really, really very excited. I learned that what Ash is doing here is taking a lifelong decision, and it does not have to be taken in a rush, right? And moreover, it takes education. I think education of himself too, of what he's going to, and of course his followers like you and me. If we sign to follow him, then we take an informed decision to do that. Thank you so much, Mike and Jean. I'd like you to join in and let's see what you get from what Mike said or what you have in mind.
Well, thank you so much, Comfort. Mike, that was really deep. Really, and I would love to hear more about that topic. What's it? Agree capability. That's fascinating. I wanted to look at the word philosophy. Like Mike said, I just find that to be one of the most interesting and fulfilling topics that you can spend your time on, to be honest, because it's it's from the Greek, the love of wisdom. And it's just where people are seeking to understand their world and their place in it. And they do that by studying reality, studying knowledge, studying morality and values, and reflecting on it, and using critical thinking and just trying to understand their world. So in heading into this new chapter, if we're focusing on the philosophy, as the topic said, it's going to help our minds stay focused, as Ash is always trying to get us to do, to stay focused on what is meaningful, what is valuable, what's important at a core level, and important for all of humanity, not just for our own personal needs. So he's constantly trying to get us to change our mental framework in order to be strong enough and I'll say worthy to be walking into this new chapter. We need to be a particular type of person that is coming not from a place of, I want to make a buck as quick as I can make a buck, and into a person that says, how can I make an impact? And so, if we're looking at it this way, we can ask ourselves, like, why did I join? Why did I join this company? Was it because of the business value, which is perfectly valid, or was it because of Ash's value system? As Mike said, it's ethical, honest, good, respectful, kind, excellent, and useful, and all of these good things. This is what Ash stands for. And that's why I personally came in. I wasn't looking for a business. That was all gravy. I was looking to be aligned with someone who wanted to make an impact in the world and who had the wherewithal to do it, and then the desire to bring us all with him. So that was why I'm here. So I think if we can all sort of get really real about why we joined, because Ash is asking us to make a choice right now. I like all of the meetings recently have been talking about choice, because that's where we're standing. And if I want to use the analogy that Ash used yesterday, and I'm not sure everyone quite understood it, about the mango and the peach. So just imagine Ash is a tree, and there are all sorts of different fruits on this tree, all around the world. And we're all a piece of fruit on this tree. As we're standing in this place between what happened with OnPassive and not quite in this new chapter, we have to choose, do we want to be a peach and fall off of this incredible tree, this ash tree? We want to be a peach, fall off of it, and then rot and spread negativity and complain and do all of this stuff. Do we want to be a peach? Or do we want to be a mango, which is a fruit that falls off the tree, but it still stays sweet? It just goes on its merry way. It's not hurting anybody, but it doesn't want to stay on the tree anymore. Perfectly valid. Or do we want to do what I personally am going to do, which is be a new fruit, a strong and sweet and nourishing fruit that stays on that tree and hangs on for dear life? That's my choice. And everybody has to make a choice of these three things. It's really as simple as that. And and I know that I know everybody on this screen is going to be hanging on to that tree. The winds will blow, the rains will come, and we'll be holding on to this tree branch that Ash is. And so that's what I wanted to offer for the focusing on the philosophy, which is just everything that Ash stands for. And I think it's what we all stand for too. So anyway, I hope that was helpful, Comfort. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely it is. I like how you said whatever he's doing is preparing us to be worthy of moving into the new chapter, right? And I think he said something exact about that yesterday too, because you can see that maybe all along there's been a lot of crowd and distraction and stuff like that. So it's all about choices. I just like discussing choices. So you choose whether to be a peach or a mango, or do you want to hang on there, or do you want to drop? Because we know what we want. People know what they want, and whatever choice you make now, whether to drop or to remain hanging on there, you know you are making an informed decision. So the truth remains, we are going where we are going, and we will get there because Ash himself is very determined. So Uncle Bob is meditating. Let's hear what you want to say, please.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Greetings from Valencia, brother. Hi, Auntie Marie. Good to see you. That was beautiful. From Green always, and brother Mike. Let's see where should I take it from? So the topic is for us to stay focused on our focus. The key word here is focus. Stay focused on our philosophy. So I think the entire meeting yesterday with our father, Mr. Ash, was about our philosophy. He starts by, telling us about his resilience, using that analogy of the SpaceX, how they failed 3 times and the 4th time they were able to make it through. And he learns all these lessons, Each time you fail, you learn, you correct your mistakes, and then you move on. You keep trying. You never give up. That's the philosophy, right? Never give up. Stick to your values. Stick to your values. Get the people around you that have the same values with you. I think that's what this was mostly about yesterday. And then he tells us about as he learns all this, or he gets through this and he's learning, making these mistakes and moving on, his main strategy now is not to talk. He tells us that he's not going to speak. He's not going to tell. We're only going to see things as they happen. We're going to see when he's talking about step 15, we are actually at step 20. He explained that, I think he told us that the week before. And then he tells us that we have some bad news. He gives us the bad news first. What is the bad news? We lost everything. We lost OnPassive, we lost OConnect, we lost OES, we have lost the code, everything. So it's a completely new business model now. Because of our value and our philosophy, you cannot see all these mistakes that we've made. You try to fix it and then try to continue with it. No, then you're going to make the same mistakes, right? So you cannot expect a different result. So because of our philosophy, he says that of his values, we're going to move to a new chapter, and he's going to make it, have a break to move on. But I think he clearly stipulates the philosophy when he gives us the good news. If we want to tie it to this topic, when he gives us the good news, he says the good news is that he has the team. You see, he has the experts, the people who have worked around all the systems. Now, what I call the innovators' dream team, a team that is in sync with the vision of the visionary, the values of this guy, the philosophy. So he's gotten the team now that is going to bring us the technology that it needs, a technology of empowerment, because this technology is a technology of empowerment to the peoples of the world. That's our founders, that's the Ash Mufarah's value. He wants to uplift all of us through this innovation. Through this innovation, Ash Mufarah uplifts mankind, and he gets it through what I call the innovators dream team. And we're going to make it seamless. It's going to be seamless, it's going to be sophisticated, but simple and secure. He also tells us about the SEC, that there's no comment. SEC, no comment, no more. And that is exactly what every lawyer tells their client. When you have a pending litigation, you say, do not comment, zip it, because you might jeopardize the case. You might throw a wrench into the case. So I think I found that Mr. Ash is doing the exact thing, the right thing that the lawyers have advised him to do. Stay quiet. And it's only going to come out when the judgment will be passed. Everything is done. You just come out and make the announcement to all of us. So as far as the SEC case is concerned, he told us last week they have made certain arrangements, and both parties are happy and everything is fine. So we don't need to know anything. He doesn't need to tell us anything any further. So no more comments. So we should not expect anything. And we should only listen to him. Stay focused on our founder, Mr. Ash. If you go out there and listen to something else that somebody else is saying, you are on your own. Focus on Ash, on what he tells us. You know, one other thing that he said yesterday, which I would like to bring up today, he reminded us that he's not obligated to take us with him. And that's true. He's under no obligation to take us with him to this new place that we are going to. It is not an investment. Please. Let us remember that this is not an investment. No one is paying for anything. And our founder, Mr. Ash, he's going to follow his philosophy, his values, and he's going to take along with him the people that he chooses to. Right? And then to crown it all, I don't know if I'm talking too long, he talks about his friends. Because this man is a man of great philosophy, deep compassion, philosophically, and the values that he has, he did not bring in his friends. When he thought that it was not in the right place, the system was not exactly as what he wanted, he would not bring them in. But now, he tells us he's ready to bring the heavy hitters, those who know how to move marketing online. He's now ready to bring them in. So what does that tell you? Remember last time he told us one of the preconditions was technically to get a technical preparation and everything. This week he tells us that his friends, he's ready to bring his friends who are heavy hitters. So you make your own, you put it together, make your own judgment, and go back and listen to what our founder said, because I've done so twice. I'll do it again. Each time you listen to what he says, you learn something new. Let us all just stay focused, be steady, and be prepared. Back to you, Sister Comfort.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks so much, Uncle Bob. Thanks for the recap. And of course, the key word remains focus. So if
Yeah.
you're losing focus, then you are not ready for the journey. You let us go. So let's hear from our sister Francine, since she's not feeling very well and might have to leave.
Thank you, Comfort. And I appreciate that you call me now, because I was about to go. Thank you. The meeting of yesterday was simply a mind-blowing one for me, as far as I am concerned, but because I noticed there is a consistency in what Mr. Mufare is doing, and he wants us to go with him during this trip and get everything clear. He's not, he's very reassuring, and I found him having more and more confidence, because after what we have gone through, I could see someone who is healed. He's sure of himself. He speaks with more and more assurance, which is really good for all of us, because one, we can see that our prayers are working, and this is consolidating also our confidence in what we do. Now, I observed also that he did not want anyone to think that all is set. He is the one working in the background, and he has no obligation to anyone. And he wanted to make it clear that he still has some clearance to do with where we are coming from. But once that clearance is made, he is not obliged to do whatever to whoever. His only vision is to do good to humanity. Why do I say that? Because he spoke about that new way of coming to his dream. That was my understanding. His dream is still very alive in him. And whoever would want to come with him in this dream, he hasn't considered it yet. He's standing as a one man, knowing where he goes, very strongly on his feet. And this is really a very positive aspect. He is focused on his dream, on his vision. He knows exactly where he's going, and he wants to make sure that all of us, we have understood that our first part of the journey is at a level where it still needs some clearance. This was the first thing I took out from his intervention yesterday. Yeah. And the second thing I understood was that even if he stands alone on his feet, he is very grateful to all those who have been with him during this trip. And this aspect of gratitude is really something to commend with our CEO so far. And it gives a lot of joy to see that he recognizes people who walk alongside with him. And he spoke also about the technology, where we go, not going deeply into it, by talking about his friends who know who he is, what he has performed. This gave me a glance on where and how ready he could be right now. And this was really an eye-opener. So I think those elements were important to me. As of the philosophy, if you allow me, we have been talking about the spirit of the company. If you may recall, this is something we spoke about. We have been talking about the pillars of a company. So when he speaks about the philosophy of the company, we are coming to something much more practical, something we can touch, something we can give a form, a shape to. And I am longing to see that shape, because I know definitely it is coming out very soon. And we have to bring all those values we had before. I named them a few minutes before. We have to bring all those values in order to form the shape of something very new. And only from there, we may see something, you know. He may also take a decision, because he's the solely person to take any decision. And I think he has to recall so many values, so many pillars, so many things that will help him achieve his dream. So I think that was something I wanted to share with you today. Thank you very much, Comfort.
Powerful contribution, sis. Thank you. Thanks so much. I just like the first 4 words that he used about our CEO. There is reassurance, there is confidence, there's healing, and of course, the key word, focus on the vision. Thank you so much. That was a powerful one. So let's hear from another sister, Marie Pandy. Sis, welcome.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Very excited to be here among wise individuals. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I was thinking that I was going to miss this one because last week I missed that. I didn't even know that it was going on. So the webinar yesterday was very powerful from our esteemed CEO, Mr. Ash Mufare. Mr. Ash Mufare has gone through life and understood what life is about. He understands what value is about. He understands what knowledge is about. And he understands so many aspects that living is beyond you and I. And so when you are put on earth, you have to live beyond your life to see how you can uplift other people. So throughout his life, he's built this foundation, which is really solid. He's gone through thick and thin and understood due to developing his experience with and successful. So he has this mindset, this foundation that is solid. And he has this mission, and he has the vision, and he's on a mission. He needs, not that he needs, he could execute his endeavors with or without us, but he still wants to carry a lot of people with him. So we have to have, our values have to be in alignment with his value and his vision. We have to have the same type of mindset to accomplish the kind of goal that he sees that is going to uplift humanity. So if you're not in alignment with that, then that's when you have interruptions. Throughout his life, every state, there is a reason why he went through a stage in his life and accomplished a certain thing in his life. And he has learned from the weakness and the strength to build each stage. So he's really wanting people who understand the philosophy and the value of life in order to move this with the same mindset. He's seen when people have been very positive and some people have been negative. Some people are positive to a point, then they allow their weakness to make them be negative. He likes somebody who is strong in their foundation, who is consistent in their foundation, whose mindset aligns with his mindset. Because with that, we can move the vessel to where it needs to be. So if you, for any time, your value is less than what it is to sustain this vessel, like natural resources, you get dropped. He doesn't have any obligation to you and I, but we have the responsibility to understand what value is, to understand what that life is not just about you. Life is beyond you and who you lift up as you move along till when your time is up. And so when your time is up and you're long gone, what will they remember you of? What did you leave as a legacy that people will forever benefit from? So these are his fundamentals. And if you cannot fall align with that, then the natural selection, as they call it in biology, will drop you off the wagon as the vehicle continues to move to the destination forever. Thank you. That's it.
Sure, thanks. Thanks so much. Sis, I think I liked your opening statement, which says somebody needs to live beyond their life to be able to uplift others, which is exactly what Mr. Mufara is doing. And so you reiterated what Francine said, that he owes nobody any obligation, right? So if you think that he owes you some explanation of anything or everything or stuff like that, you're not ready for prime time. So thank you so much, Susan. Thank you. And let's hear from our brother Vincent. Welcome, bro.
Oh yeah, thank you, Sister Comfort. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to all the panelists. And also, I would like to also thank them again for all the speakers. Great speak. So thank you very much for that. So before to start, let's also have a greeting to our brother Mati Degamo. I know that he's listened to us and then he will probably listen, if not right now, but I know he will listen to this. So thank you. And then we know that God will heal you and then recover you very, very, very speedily. And then you'll be back to track as usual and every Sunday. Thank you for the great job that you are doing. And God bless you abundantly so that you get well and come back to your usual task. So before to start, let's say thanks also our CEO. He came out, I think, a few weeks ago, and then yesterday. So it's two things. The last time he spoke and yesterday he spoke, because I know that most of our speakers they touch different part of what he said, but also I'm going to also analyze exactly know everything but my understanding of things, because listen to him and look at also what he said. We should not have a straight thinking, because if you do straight thinking, you will not understand what Mr. Ash is saying. You have to think strategically. because if we think strategically, you will understand exactly what Mr. Ash is saying, because we know what Mr. Ash has been through and then what Mr. Ash went through. So you have to think that what Mr. Ash went through is not going to reveal everything to the public like he used to do. So that's what people use it to attack him and then to attack even the great company that is building. So if you think strategically, you will understand that everything he's saying is strategic. So you have to think. So it's not everything that we have to reveal. So you have to use your mind and say, oh, I get it. So those of us who think in that way, they will not be upset or say, oh, it's not what I'm expecting. Me personally, I do fully understand. Come out last time and yesterday, it make me thinking and then make a decision that this man is doing a great job. But according to what happened, is talking according to what happened. So we have all to understand. So people should understand also what I'm trying to say, because it's not everything that is good to go out and say it. Even you talk about Oconet, you talk about Oconet. So you see, so more we are exposed to outside world, they might steal our technology. This first thing, they might steal our business plan. They might steal so many things. So everything is possible with the world today. So this is what is talking. So brothers and sisters, we have to understand, don't think that on passive is going wrong and then it's not coming any later soon. Anyway, I'm not making comment on you there about that, but you have to think strategically, because everything is saying is a strategic. So you have to understand that way. So if you understand that way, you'll be happy like me. And then you know exactly what this man is doing, what Mr. Ash is doing. Mr. Ash is a strategic man. He's a very, very intelligent person. He knows what he's doing. So he's learning everything he's saying according to the past, the error that we had in the past. So we don't want to go to the same scenario. We don't want to go to the same thing. So exactly, this is what he's doing. So I do fully understand. So all of us, we have to get it well. We have to be focused and then trying to understand the direction that he's taking us to. It's taking us to good direction. But what he's doing is good, because it's good to surprise the world. Like when you want to do something and you go ahead to tell everyone that, oh, tomorrow I will go to work in NASA, or I'm going to do this. There are some people that they are not happy for your successful. There are some people that they don't want you to be up there. So they can bring every way to push you down, and then you will never get there. You will never get there. Why? Because they hate you, or maybe they're not happy for your successful. So they will bring you down. But if you keep your mouth sharp, and then one morning you come out, you surprise the whole world. So today I'm ready. This is me. I'm here in NASA. I'm working for NASA. I create the first AI maybe plane to the NASA or this thing. You see? And then you surprise the world. And then people, those who have a bad intention, all the bad thing to maybe push you down, they all fell. And then they are surprised. They can't do anything. So only thing they will do is to congratulate you. So I think this is the way that I think Mr. Ash is doing, and then I believe in that. So all of us, we have to think in a different way, and then he's trying to show different things. When people even ask question, the way he answer question, and then he tell them that this is what I'm doing, this is what we have to understand all this way. So it's very important. He said also that on passive is not going anywhere, and then we'll never close the door. We'll never shut the door up. So he tell us we should also think about that as well, because all these statements is tell us what he's saying. So we have to be focused of everything he said. He said it will never affect what is going on, it will never affect our dream. And then the dream will come up. So the dream is that we are waiting for, we get that dream. So what this tell us again is very strategical. So we have to understand some of the word that he's saying. And then we've been here longer. We should not ask question to people that, oh, this is what is going on. We should understand. And then the way he's doing the business, and then the way he's leading the business too, we should all understand that, because we have been here long enough so to understand, and then even to explain to people that they don't get it, and then they don't know the direction that Mr. Ash is going. So let's all of us pray for him. I believe that thing will be well, and then God is in our way, and then thing will be right, like he said, as the way we are expecting thing to be. Thank you, Sister Comfort.
Yo, thank you. Thank you indeed, Brother Vincent. I'm happy when you emphasize the fact that he is pointing us to the right direction. And of course, whatever is happening, that's very reassuring to know that whatever has happened or is happening now is not going to affect our future. So he still guarantees us the success as he said from his very first word. So it's a journey to embark on for those who are interested in it. So let's hear from our sister Gifty. Welcome, sis.
Thank you, Sister Comfort. Hello, everybody. Yeah, yesterday was another milestone from our dear CEO, and this man is always positive. So there is no wonder our topic is let's stay focused and be focused on this philosophy of Mr. Ash and his vision. This man, through what he has been going through, he comes out every day with encouragement, with positivity, with, positive energy. He always finds a way to push us forward. Even when he is in his tough moments, it will not appear on his face. He will come out smiling. And as a soldier, he knows that he have to expect casualties. That is what he said yesterday. He said he was expecting that casualty, that the first step, anything can happen. And lo and behold, it happened. This is the man that we are following. This is the vision that we have attached ourselves to. As for me in my life, if you are negative, I can't come close to you because it drains me. So I've been attached to this company because this man is always positive in everything that he's doing. Even through the challenges, he still remains positive. That goes for us. It helps us to grow because no one can say since the day we joined this company, we have not grown more. No one. Because each and every day we learn from each other. This knowledge we did not pay. We learned it for free. But it is a choice. You can choose to say, I've heard you, but I'll not do what you are saying. I've heard you, but I'll not do the right thing. It is your choice. As we are here, some people knows where we are going, but they have chosen to be negative. It is their own choice. And we have chosen to be positive and have negative and also negative energy to rally behind our CEO because he is not obligated to us. But because of the love for humanity, this man is doing this for us. So the only thing we have to do is rally behind him with prayers, with positive energy, not negativity. So if you are around somebody who is always having two minds or a little positive, a little negative, it will drain you. If you cannot help the person to be positive, it's better you stay aside. Because yesterday he said, if you want to go, just go quietly. If you want to remain with positivity. Don't be like you are in, one leg is in, one leg is out. Be in with all your heart because it costs you nothing. Nothing. It costs you nothing because this company has come to stay. Mr. Ash is not going anywhere. He has stayed truthful, loyal in every situation, and I thank God for his life. Now, he has re-strategized how he speaks. At first, he trusted us so much, and he will come out and reveal everything to us. And some will take it out, in a negative way. But this man is pouring his heart onto us. But I thank God that now he speaks in parables. Those who have ears will listen to him. I thank God for that. And where we are going, he said, Eyes have not seen, because we are going to a good place, a better place than where we were yesterday. Because we are moving forward, we grow forward, we don't go backwards. So we are growing forward. If we have made one step and that one did not work, where we are going, it's going to be fruitful and prosperous. So we all have to remain positive and focus on the good things that Mr. Ash is doing. Thank you, Sister Comfort. Thank you very much.
Wow, powerful, sis. Thank you so much. I like how you were, at least you picked this part where you know that the CEO says he was expecting casualties, and it's obvious that was why there was a plan B in place, and that's why we are moving on uninterrupted, because with the beautiful plan B in place, he's got something to latch on, and the game is on. So it's all about success, and we are getting there. Thank you so much. So, Brother Oliver, welcome, bro.
Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. I want to thank all the speakers, and you guys kill it. And I'll just continue from where you guys left. And I'll also take a disclaimer. All what I'm saying here is based on my own analysis of yesterday and the previous outing of Ash. And as everybody has said, positivity, and values. That is Mr. Ash. That is who he is. Like he also mentioned to us that he is spiritually and mentally positive. He's spiritually and mentally positive. And that is the road, that is the route that all of us will need to focus on that. Now, when we talk about the philosophical part of it, that is for me, I look at it as the main part of what he said. Then he said we must have a better mindset. We cannot be going to a clean, better, stronger business with a lot of negative thoughts in our mind. We should detach totally from what we had before and get in the new business. The only person that is there is him. So we should not take negativity and get into it. And he also make a good statement about success. He make a good statement about success. It's inevitable. It is inevitable, which therefore means the business that we are going in, sealed, settled, trusted, good, is good to go, and we are fine. Not only that, he said we have a reason to be successful. We have every reason to set a new result. This is all the positive, his spiritual and mental positivity that he carries in with us, that we need to also copy from him. And that takes us now also he is preparing us to the next phase of this company. After we've detached, we've cleaned ourselves, we are clean mentally, our mindset is clean, now we are ready to go. And he said some certain things that about the new phase without even going into the mechanics. It's more complete, better future, more user-friendly. We are going to humanize technology through this journey and to impact humanity. More values and more affordable, and it's more advanced. This tells us that where we are going, and nothing is going to stop us. Nothing has ever stopped us. And when he talked about the 300% that we are talking about O-Connect, that O-Connect is good, this, that is better than this. He said, if I do give you something that is more than 300%, that is more than 300%, and it's going to be better than Zoom. And then I love the part when he said, how can we beat those companies when we are just starting? You know, Zoom got that experience for 20 years. They've been, they fail, so they succeed. What he said he did, he has those experienced employees around him, staffs that they were there in those other companies. They built those applications, those softwares. Now came back. He went and took them. They are the people building this successful new company that we are going in. That is why he keeps saying, we are leading, we will lead, and we will lead. He talks about the steps, the various steps. And then he talks about the next thing that, let me think about it. You know, there is no shortcut.
For sure,
I
no
think
dey.
OTech Pros, OTech Pros, a few years back, we were talking about the software development plan from this phase to this phase and to this phase. There is no shortcut in building a software, no shortcut. To build a big company like this and with different products that stand alone, there is no shortcut. It has to go through all the phases, from the code to the security to the development to the testing and everything. And guess what? They took less than 2 years. The new company took less than 2 years to realize where we are today. After they stole the soft code, stole everything, they recuperate, and we are back today where we are. When the other thing that blows my mind yesterday, when we are in the Q&A, when they talk about traffic, I had ghost pimples. Where Ash talk, Bob asked that question. I had ghost pimples. Ash make a statement that we are going to revolutionize AI traffic.
Right.
That one, it took me off my leg. I was like, okay. The other previous outing, he said, we have new technology, unlimited, scalable, at a lower price. That lower price is going to be our weapon. Thank you very much. Happy Sunday.
Somebody's in fire indeed. Thank you. Thank you. I think just the first thing you said, I think you're quoting or paraphrasing Ash, we have every reason to be successful. That is exciting enough. Thank you, Brother Oliver. So let's hear from Collins. Welcome, bro.
Thank you, sis. Greetings to everyone. Everyone is fired up. Yes, the meeting yesterday, the few past meeting was really good. You know, it's just a follow-up. Like Oliver said, Ash is preparing us for the next phase, and everything is preparation. If we remember when we started with GoFounder, they prepare us from GoFounder to all founders. You cannot move without preparation. They need to explain to you why you are moving. We move from there to OES. There was still preparation, and Ash is preparing us. So anything that we are thinking is we are just guessing. Only Ash alone knows everything in phase 2. He said it. You can only guess. You can think about what you want to think. No way, you will never get it until he reveals it. But when I look at the philosophy, because he talks about the philosophy, we must focus on the philosophy. It is the philosophy that he started when he built this company. What was in mind when I started 2018 or before 2018? He has a philosophy, because for you to build something, you know, he's, last time I said he is master marketer, he is master technology. Let's remember that Ash did Visual Basic. He write code. And Visual Basic is still today. They still use it. Some companies build their software is .NET, Visual Basic. So he is in technology. That is what he loves, his dream. His dream is to provide what? Software solution that is affordable, like Oliver said, affordable and accessible to all. Something that will change the world in a special way. But now, how do you need to do this? You must have a philosophy, a goal, a dream, a drive to do it. So, like when some people say, oh, this is Ash failed the first time. No, this is not failure. There is nothing like failure. There's just lesson learned. Because some founders just stupid or oh, something. No, there is nothing like failure. The only time I said it, the only time you can fail is when you abandon your dream. That is when you fail. But as long as he is still going on, you know, he realized that there was something wrong. He realized it very early in the process. There was something wrong. He changed it, makes a change. Change is good. And the change now is much better than where we were before. Just imagine, sometimes I said, thank God that it happens. Thank God. I said it yesterday, what if we were a multi-billion-dollar company and it happens? because Ash also is a victim. Though we can see, yes, we are victim, Ash is the biggest victim of this process. Some people will just give up, like he said yesterday, I can declare bankruptcy and go. I'm not obligated to do this. After all, I didn't do anything wrong. And it is legal for him to go. He said it yesterday. But he chose to stick with it, change everything around. And now what is coming is much better and bigger. That will not change only our lives, but it will change the way business operate. And that is what I took from all this meeting, how business will operate using this software solution, the amount of revenue that will come in, and who will be the beneficiaries of this revenue. It is us, those who have persevered. He said, he is not obligated to do this, and we are not obligated to stay. It is your choice to stay. But if you want to go, please don't make noise. You can go quietly. Don't make any noise. If you want to stay, enjoy the process. But our agitation or our hurriness or the way we want it will not change the philosophy of the business, of what he wants to achieve. Because his achievement is our achievement. His success is our success. If this company succeeds, God, all of us will be successful. But if the company fails, all of us will never achieve our dream. Mr. Ash Mufara is building his dream, so we too can build our own dream using this technology and the platform. Without this dream, we will still stay in our 9 to 5, still look for other opportunities that will never come. It will never happen. People in there have tried several things, never work for them. But why are we still here? Because we know that this particular company will change not only our lives, but the lives of generations to come. We are just in making name. We are making history. We are part of the history. And that is the beauty about it. One day we will tell the story of what happened, why we moved from this stage to this stage, what happened this time. We will be the one to tell this great story of this company, how this man was so resilient. He said, I am not giving up. Despite what has happened, he still have the courage to say, no, I'm taking another U-turn to build this company up, bottom up. And he said, most of the code, they wrote it from scratch. You cannot do the same thing and expect different result. You cannot do a lot of patches and say, no, let us just take O-Connect, change the name, rebrand it and put it. It is still the same code, the same things that will not work. But now he is so confident to put it out. He has never been confident before. He said it. I have never been confident before. Like Bob said, I never wanted to even introduce my friend because I knew that it wasn't what I'm expecting. But now he is full of confidence to say, yes, I'm ready now to showcase this to the world. And this is the beauty. You can see the excitement of this man, that though things went bad, money, equipment, resources, but he is so fired up because he made the right decision. Without these particular issues, this man wouldn't have even get the new tech guys who are building this. You'll see stick on the old, and the old will still give you the same old result, bad result. And we'll be complaining every day, oh, it's buffering, it's not working. But now he is so excited and fired up for what he is seeing. And we all have to be grateful and thankful. Just pray for him and his family and the rest that are really supporting, and ourselves, that the devil shouldn't switch us off. Let us also be committed to see this through. Let us not listen to those who come with negativity, try to pollute your mind, to tell you there is something better out there. Let us stick to this because this is our dream and this is our life. Thank you, Comfort.
Wow. Powerful. This is just another one of those powerful sessions. Everybody's just on fire. Thank you so much, Collins. And of course, the last person we'll hear from now would be Peter Rogers, and then we'd like Mike to take another chance. Maybe he's got a few more stuff to say. Thank you, Pete. Welcome.
Okay, thank you. Obviously, I've been listening on my iPhone, so I've caught quite a lot of information that's been given out, and obviously there was a lot given out with Ash with the webinar yesterday, and I'm more confident now than I've ever been. I've seen Ash over the last 7 years, and you could see the passion in what he was saying, you know, from the issues that he's been having to what we're going into now. And like everybody's covered here, you know, the old business is still there. We know it's still there. Ash has explained that OnPassive is still there, but we're not going to be using OnPassive. We are moving on to the new version. Okay, we don't know what phase 1 is. He tried to explain to us yesterday. He's not explained anything to us about phase 1. Okay, so you know what he's explaining at the moment is the beginning. We're all learning from it. He's preparing us. It's about preparing you as an individual to get ready for the next phase that's coming ahead. You know, it's I'm really excited about what's going to happen. And what I would suggest you do is, obviously there's lots of information being given out here today. If you haven't listened to the webinar, get yourself and listen to the webinar. It's now on the YouTube channels. Red Redford did a recap today. It was brilliant, absolutely right nailed on. The same with Chris and Marty. Chris earlier on. I like the analogy of what Chris was saying. It was great the way he explained it. Okay, and I suggest that everybody go and listen to that. You know, I can't really add any more to what everybody else has said here. I think we're in a good position. You know, Ash is, you know, he's obviously very focused. We're obviously going to get all these issues sorted out that's happened, and we're not going to move forward until these issues are sorted, which I think is the best thing that could happen. And you know, it's a journey. We're all part of this journey. We're all on this journey. We're as I've said before, this is history in the making of the next phase, and you know, it's exciting. So that's all I really got to sort of say. I'll pass it back to Comfort, but you know, I'm really excited, and you know, it's great news that's coming. Okay.
Wow. Thank you so much, Pete, guys. As for us here and those who will be watching this, Peter Rogers is one of the oldest members of people who joined OnPassive until now, almost 7 years. He is still very, very excited. So there should be something, right? So I really appreciate, and of course, I'll send it over back to Mike. Mike, you've been listening, and I hope you have some other things to say.
Yeah, no, thanks, Comfort. Just a really, really great webinar, guys. You're doing a great job. Very, very valuable information that people are getting here. I want to talk about one term that people, when they hear the term, they hear it in a really negative context. And the term is not obligated. You've heard that a lot today. You heard Mr. Mufara say it the other day. I am not obligated to do anything for you. Mr. Mufara is not obligated to do anything for Mike Ellis. Not one single thing. And when people hear that, they hear it in a negative context because they don't know Mr. Mufara. And Mr. Mufara is never going to say this. He's never going to say this about himself. You have to understand who the man is. Mr. Mufara has a heart to serve. Understand that. That is his essence. He has to serve. He has to develop things that will improve your life, not only spiritually, but monetarily. It is who he is. So when he tells you, I am not obligated, okay, I got that, you're not. But I also know who you are. You can't help yourself. You will help me. You will help the people on this panel. You will help the people that are listening because of what you're developing. And what you're developing is so astronomically cool. What it's going to do, the integration, how you're going to be able to come in, how you're going to be able to, there are so many things we can talk about that will just blow your mind. It is in his DNA. I am not obligated to you. Okay, but I know you're going to be. That's Mr. Ash Mufara. That's who he is. So when you hear that term, don't get freaked out, guys. He has to say that. I want him to say that. He's not obligated to do anything for anybody here, but he will. It's who he is. The last thing I want to talk about very, very quickly, and it's a topic no one wants to talk about, no one wants to touch, no one even wants to go there. And Mr. Mufara has told us, don't go there. Step one. He talked about that. He said, I'm not talking about step one right now. There's nothing to talk about. I can't talk about that. Well, I can talk a little bit about it. Step one. When you think about the past and what Mr. Bufar has done, it took him 4 or 5 years to get to OConnect, launching OConnect, actually selling it to the public. And OConnect was okay. It was just okay. It took him 4 years to get from point A to point B to launching OConnect, right? Well, let's extrapolate that into step one, something we're not supposed to talk about. But hopefully he'll forgive me. When we think about Mr. Mufara, when we think about the talent he's brought on board, when we think about the technicians he has today, and we look at phase one and what they did in 4 or 5 years, the people that he's dealing with right now are 10, 15, 20, 30 times better than the people they initially worked with. Not only are they better, they are motivated. They understand the vision. They understand what Mr. Mufara is bringing to the table. They understand the revolution that's coming. They want to be part of it. And when we look at the new team that Mr. Mufara has accumulated over time, and we look at what's happening, how long is it going to take them to get to step one so Mr. Mufara can talk about it? How long? It's been about 1.5 years right now. I can tell you, I shouldn't, but I can. I mean, it's my opinion. They're done, guys. Ash talks about, I can't talk about step 15 until we're on step 20. I can't talk about step one yet. I can tell you flat out, they're on step 6 or 7. These guys, that's how good they are. And if you look at the OTEC pros, they're all shaking their head. Yeah, they're that good. They're really, really good. Mr. Mufara is waiting for a few things to happen. Bob talked about the SEC. That needs to get cleaned up, get done. And understand, the people at the SEC, they are not vindictive. They're very, very smart people. And between Mr. Mufara and his attorneys and the SEC, they will get this taken care of. They really will. And the SEC, they're not bad people. They're not vindictive, okay? Understand that. They're not here to take your dreams away from you. So there are a few little things that have to happen before Mr. Mufara can come on and talk about step one. Would I love to speculate about step one? You can't believe how I just have to hold my tongue because I know what Mr. Mufara is doing is so phenomenally good because of his heart, because of who he is and what he's bringing to us on a silver platter. When he starts talking about step one, Katie, bar the door. You won't be able to shut me up. You won't be able to shut Marty up. You won't be able to shut Dan up. We have so many things to talk about and to share with everybody. And moving forward, whatever we do, we're going to share it with everybody. We really are. Don't worry about step one. It's coming quicker than you think. Mr. Mufara is doing what he needs to do. I can talk a little bit about step one because nobody listens to me. That's okay. Mr. Mufara can't do that. Everybody listens to him. But I just needed to get that out because there's so much there and there's so many places we want to go. Believe me, this is the understanding you need. You need to understand Mr. Mufara. You need to understand his heart. You need to understand what's coming. Good understanding makes good decisions moving forward. And if you make the right decision moving forward, boom, your life is going to change. Comfort, back to you. We're in a really good place, guys.
Yeah, before we round up, Mike, if you think that nobody listens to you, then you are in trouble. Just watch tomorrow when we make an excerpt of this and put out there. So everybody listens to you. Thank you. Thanks so much, guys, for all the beautiful contributions. I think it was a powerful one. So I'll give the opportunity to our sister Fumi to close the meeting for us. Minu just showed up, but we'll just say hi, and Fumi is closing the meeting.
I just want to thank everyone. I love the fact that everyone has been able to contribute, and not just everyone on the panel, those that are watching on the YouTube channels, those that will be watching later on, and even those that probably, how will I call it, here and there asking questions. The most important thing, as you've heard, there is a recap by Red, there's a recap by Bramati and Chris. Please, if you don't understand anything, there's nothing wrong in asking a question. Don't run with the wrong thing. Don't run with someone. If you're not sure of what someone is saying, go back to the back office. There's already a replay back office on there. Go there and listen to it. Go back to the recap for Red. Go back to recap for Bramati and Chris. Please, please, please don't run with the wrong information. So, as I'll say, thank you to everyone. I will see you again next time, same time, next week, Sunday. Stay blessed all.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone.